Have you ever wondered if your birth month holds the secret to your future success? We often focus on hard work, talent, or opportunity, but what if there's a deeper, unseen influence guiding your path? Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist, believed that our personality traits and potential are partly shaped by the cosmos, specifically the month we were born. Today, we're diving into the fascinating connection between your birth month and your destiny, uncovering how the stars may influence your goals, strengths, and challenges. Prepare to unravel the hidden blueprint of your future and discover powerful insights that could change your life. The roots of understanding human personality run deep, and one of the most influential figures in modern psychology, Carl Jung, devoted his life to exploring the depths of the human psyche. Unlike Freud's focus on childhood and unconscious drives, Jung's approach was more expansive. He believed that our inner world is shaped by universal symbols, archetypes, and the collective unconscious, a shared layer of the human mind that contains the essence of all human experience across cultures and generations. Jung proposed that every individual has a unique journey towards self-awareness and fulfillment, what he called individuation, a process of integrating various parts of oneself to become whole. But what influences this journey? He argued that personality isn't just a product of upbringing, environment, or conscious effort. It's also intertwined with broader cosmic and psychological patterns. These patterns, he suggested, could be reflected in the very time we are born. To understand this idea, imagine the psyche as a complex, intricate tapestry woven over time. Jung believed that each person's position in the universe at the moment of birth leaves an imprint, a sort of psychological blueprint that interacts with their innate traits. This imprint isn't deterministic, but it influences tendencies, inclinations, and potential life paths. It's akin to planting a seed. The environment, the soil, the season, all play a role in shaping how that seed grows. He emphasized that our unconscious mind contains archetypes, universal symbols and themes rooted in collective human experience, such as the hero, the mother, the trickster, or the wise old man. These archetypes serve as internal guides and are reflected through dreams, myths, stories, and even our behaviors. Jung believed that recognizing which archetypes are most active in us could unlock profound insights into our personality and destiny. Now, how does this relate to time or birth order? Jung was cautious about making direct correlations between specific birth dates and traits. He didn't promote astrology or fixed typologies, but he acknowledged that external factors like the crucial moments of our lives can influence our unconscious and conscious development. In a way, he suggested that the cosmic or universal energies at the time of our birth could resonate with certain archetypes, shaping how these archetypes manifest uniquely in each person. Jung explored the idea that seasonal changes, lunar phases, and other natural cycles could influence psychological tendencies, though he emphasized that the innate individual variations are vast. Still, he saw the human psyche as being responsive not just to purely internal factors, but also to the cosmos, making the time and context of birth relevant in understanding personality development. He described the psyche as being composed of multiple layers, with the conscious ego at the surface, a deep reservoir of personal memories, and the collective unconscious, housing archetypes shared across humanity. The interplay of these layers, influenced by external circumstances like the season or moment of birth, leads to distinctive personality configurations. For example, some psychologists interpret this as the universe setting certain predispositions, what some people might call destiny, those subtle influences that operate beneath awareness but guide our choices and behaviors. Importantly, Jung's perspective isn't about determinism, but about understanding potential. He believed that awareness of these influences could empower individuals to consciously shape their destiny, rather than falling victim to unconscious patterns. This aligns with his broader philosophy of individuation, becoming aware of one's archetypes and integrating them into a balanced self. So, when considering how your birth month might influence your future success, Jung's ideas provide a crucial insight. The time you were born could be seen as a symbolic key that unlocks certain archetypal energies within you. While not a strict rule, recognizing these influences can help you understand your natural tendencies, strengths, and even the challenges you might face on your path to success. In essence, Jung invites us to view personality development as a dynamic dance between internal forces, our innate archetypes, our subconscious, and external factors, such as the cultural, natural, or cosmic energies present at our birth. By studying these patterns, we can gain a greater understanding of ourselves and align more consciously with our unique path, making use of the unconscious forces that subtly shape our journey through life. Throughout history, humans have looked to the skies with a mixture of awe and curiosity, seeking to understand the divine forces that influence our lives. One of the most enduring systems that emerged from this curiosity is astrology, the ancient art of interpreting celestial movements to comprehend personality, destiny, and events. Before modern psychology, civilizations like the Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, Chinese, and many others meticulously tracked planetary positions, lunar phases, and star arrangements, believing these celestial patterns held the key to understanding human nature and fate. The zodiac, a circle of 12 signs each associated with specific constellations and periods of the year, is perhaps the most well-known expression of this cosmic wisdom. In the Western tradition, the zodiac divides the year into 12 segments, each corresponding to roughly a month and linked to particular personality traits, tendencies, and life paths. For example, Aries is often associated with assertiveness and leadership, while Cancer might represent emotional sensitivity and nurturing energy. While the roots of astrology are deeply cultural and spiritual, many of its principles align with archetypal symbolism, an area where Carl Jung's ideas beautifully intersect. Jung didn't see astrology as a science per se, but recognized that the symbols and stories embedded within it reflect universal patterns in human consciousness. The zodiac signs encapsulate archetypes, images, and themes that exist across cultures and epochs, such as the warrior, the caregiver, the seeker, or the visionary. For thousands of years, communities have looked at the stars and believed that the time of birth influences an individual's character and future. Ancient texts often linked specific signs to particular traits, professions, or destinies. The Greeks, for example, associated certain gods and myths with each zodiac sign, imbuing them with themes of heroism, tragedy, or wisdom. The Chinese zodiac takes a different approach, focusing on animal signs and a 12-year cycle, each year representing different qualities. Strikingly, many of these traditions share core ideas. Certain periods of the year predispose individuals to certain inclinations, strengths, or obstacles. This cultural phenomenon suggests that the human tendency to find meaning in the cosmos is deeply rooted in our subconscious and collective psyche. Jung's concept of archetypes can be seen as a psychological mirror of this ancient symbolism. The archetypes are universal images, themes, and patterns that resonate within us across time and social context, just as zodiac signs correspond to universal symbols. In modern psychology, the astrological approach may seem unscientific at first glance, but it taps into our innate desire to find patterns and meaning in the chaos of life. Jung viewed these symbolic systems, like astrology, mythology, alchemy, and dreams, as rich sources of insight into our inner world. They serve as bridges between the conscious and unconscious, external symbols that can help illuminate internal processes. In fact, he believed that many such symbols are expressions of archetypes at play. This is where the beautiful synergy lies. While Jung was cautious about endorsing astrology as a strict science, he appreciated its symbolic language as a reflection of the collective unconscious. Astrology, from this perspective, becomes a mirror, an external map that echoes internal tendencies. For example, someone born under a fire sign like Leo might unconsciously be drawn to leadership and recognition, reflecting the archetype of the king or the hero. A person born during the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, may embody themes of emotional depth, intuition, and compassion, resonating with archetypes of the caregiver or the mystic. Even more compelling is that the ancient systems often emphasize the importance of the cyclical nature of life, emphasizing renewal, growth, and transformation, concepts central to Jung's idea of individuation. Just as the seasons change and the moon waxes and wanes, our own inner worlds are in constant flux, guided by internal archetypes that awaken or recede depending on life circumstances, personal growth, and external influences. Furthermore, the significance of birth timing in astrology is not just about fixed personality traits, but about potentialities and archetypal energies that can be awakened or suppressed. For example, knowing that one was born under a sign associated with creativity and innovation might inspire deliberate reflection on how to harness these qualities. Conversely, acknowledging traits that may pose challenges, like impulsiveness or emotional volatility, creates opportunities for conscious development. From this perspective, astrology shares a philosophical kinship with Jungian psychology. Both emphasize symbolic understanding, self-awareness, and the belief that external patterns and internal archetypes are interconnected. They provide a language, a means of naming intangible qualities and inner experiences that can guide genuine self-discovery. Both systems remind us that we are part of a larger cosmos, that the universe's rhythms mirror our psychological rhythms, and that understanding one can shed light on the other. As we turn towards understanding the unique traits associated with each birth month, it's important to recognize that these generalizations serve as a starting point, an illustrative map of tendencies rather than strict definitions. Each person is a complex mosaic, influenced by environment, upbringing, life experiences, and conscious choices. However, exploring the archetypal energies linked to different birth months can offer valuable insights for self-awareness and personal development. Starting with January, those born at the cusp of winter often possess qualities aligned with discipline, resilience, and leadership. The earth element associated with this month imbues individuals with a grounded nature, often making them dependable and persistent. They may embody traits of the archetype of the sovereign or the ruler, individuals who naturally take charge, value structure, and are committed to achieving their goals. These core qualities can make January-borns excellent founders, managers, or strategic thinkers. Their perseverance positions them for success in professional pursuits that require endurance and clarity of vision. On the flip side, they might grapple with tendencies towards stubbornness or perfectionism, which can hinder flexibility or adaptability. Moving to February, a month often linked with innovation, intuition, and idealism. Fixed air signs, like Aquarius, characterize many born here, bestowing a unique blend of independence and intellectual curiosity. These individuals may embody the archetype of the visionary or the rebel. They're often drawn to revolutionary ideas, societal change, or artistic pursuits, thriving on originality. Their minds are inventive, and they often possess a strong sense of social justice or humanitarian concern. However, this can also lead to feelings of alienation or detachment if they're not consciously grounded in self-awareness. March continues the transition into spring, bringing traits of adaptability and emotional depth. Aries, the fire sign of this month, energizes its natives with courageous, assertive qualities. These individuals often manifest archetypes such as the warrior or the pioneer, adventurous spirits eager to explore new territories, whether physically or intellectually. They tend to be spontaneous, competitive, and driven by a desire for achievement. Their challenge lies in patience and tempering impulsiveness, but their passion and resilience are undeniable assets that propel them toward leadership roles and pioneering endeavors. April's born tend to carry a vibrant, energetic vibe, thanks to the influence of the fiery, assertive Aries. They are natural-born go-getters, often embodying the archetype of the hero. They possess a pioneering spirit, courage, and a desire to stand out and make an impact. Their enthusiasm can be contagious, inspiring others, but their fiery nature can sometimes lead to impatience or a quick temper. When well managed, April-born individuals excel in careers requiring initiative, such as entrepreneurship, activism, or creative pursuits. May's individuals are often characterized by stability and a strong connection to the material world. Taurus, the earth sign ruling much of this month, fosters traits of persistence, loyalty, and sensuality. The archetype most associated here might be the builder or the gardener, dedicated to their craft, patient and methodical. They tend to thrive in professions requiring perseverance and reliability, finance, craftsmanship, agriculture, or wellness. However, their love of comfort and routine can sometimes lead to stubbornness or resistance to change. June, with its influence from mutable water signs like Cancer or Gemini, brings a duality to personality traits. Cancers embody archetypes of the caregiver and the nurturer, deeply empathetic, protective, and emotionally driven. They are often intuitive, finding fulfillment in caring for loved ones and creating harmony. Geminis, on the other hand, embody the archetype of the messenger or the connector, versatile, curious, and expressive. Those born in June may grapple with mood swings, adaptability, and a love for novelty. Their challenge lies in balancing emotional depth with mental agility, making them well-suited for careers involving communication, counseling, or creative expression. July's theme revolves around nurturing and emotional intelligence, with a strong influence from Cancer. Individuals born in this month are often empathetic, intuitive, and deeply connected to their family and roots. The archetype of the mother or the empath resonates strongly here. Their natural caregiving tendencies make them excellent in roles involving counseling, social work, or teaching. Sometimes their sensitivity can make them prone to moodiness or oversensitivity, but when their emotional intelligence is harnessed consciously, they excel at building supportive communities. August, the month of Leo's energy, radiates confidence, charisma, and a love for recognition. These natives often embody the archetype of the king or queen, born leaders inspired by creativity and the desire for admiration. They are often driven by purpose and passion, with magnetic personalities that draw others in. People often look at successful individuals and wonder what secret factors contributed to their rise. Intelligence, hard work, opportunity, or perhaps luck. But beyond these obvious elements, some psychologists, theorists, and self-help enthusiasts suggest that understanding the subtle influence of your birth month can offer profound insights into your innate strengths and potential pathways to success. To illustrate this, let's explore a few inspiring stories of renowned personalities, examining how their birth timing, alongside underlying archetypes, may have played a role in shaping their journeys. Take, for example, someone born in April, say a figure like Jeff Bezos, whose birthday falls on January 12th. That's actually in the early part of the year, but for the purpose of this discussion, let's consider a prominent April-born like William Shakespeare, born around April 23rd, whose life exemplifies the archetype of the hero and the pioneer. Shakespeare's extraordinary legacy, built upon courage, innovation, and reshaping language and storytelling, mirrors the traits often associated with April-born individuals: bold, ambitious, and unafraid of pushing boundaries. His creative genius, resilience in an unpredictable era, and his relentless pursuit of artistic excellence showcase how the archetype of the hero can translate into real-world success through tenacity and vision. Similarly, consider the late September birthdays like Mahatma Gandhi, October 2nd, or Bill Clinton, August 19th. But let's focus on a September-born innovator, like Beyoncé, born September 4th. Beyoncé embodies the archetype of the queen, commanding, charismatic, and fiercely determined. Her rise to global fame, her perseverance through challenges, and her dedication to excellence reveal how certain birth months, associated with traits like passion, creativity, and resilience, can serve as fertile ground for extraordinary achievements. Her ability to inspire millions mirrors the archetype of the leader or the creator, whose unwavering focus and self-belief enable them to carve out their own destinies. On the other end of the spectrum, look at influential February-born figures such as Oprah Winfrey, born January 29th, or Bob Dylan, born May 24th. Oprah's journey from impoverished beginnings to becoming a media empire mogul exemplifies the archetype of the caregiver and the sage. She used her empathetic nature, intuition, and wisdom to connect deeply with audiences worldwide, transforming her personal traits into revolutionary social influence. Oprah's success highlights that birth month-linked archetypes, such as the nurturer or the wise guide, can manifest into leadership qualities capable of inspiring and mobilizing masses. Meanwhile, artists like Pablo Picasso, born in October, embody the archetype of the visionary, fearless, innovative, and unbound by conventions. His groundbreaking work challenged traditional notions of art and opened new realms of creative expression. His success underscores how archetypes associated with the fall months, such as the creator or the rebel, can serve as catalysts for innovation. These traits foster a pioneering spirit, inspiring others to think differently and redefine their domains. Furthermore, let's consider individuals from the winter months whose personalities often include resilience and strategic thinking. Take Elon Musk, born June 28th, truly a Gemini, not winter, but his layered personality reflects qualities of adaptability and ingenuity. His ventures into space exploration and electric vehicles demonstrate how archetypes of the inventor and the trailblazer can translate into extraordinary achievements. Successful entrepreneurs born in various months often share traits of courage, resilience, and vision, traits linked with certain birth months through archetypal symbolism. But stories are not confined to celebrities or historical figures. Many successful entrepreneurs, artists, scientists, and leaders recognize and harness their innate qualities, some consciously, others intuitively, developed as a result of their birth archetype. Consider Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, born February 27th. Her innovative, boundary-breaking approach to fashion and her resilience in building a billion-dollar brand reflect archetypes of the creator and the rebel, individuals who challenge the status quo and innovate against all odds. Similarly, the stories of athletes often illuminate how certain months nurture qualities like discipline, focus, and resilience. Serena Williams, born September 26th, embodies the archetype of the warrior, fierce, determined, and unyielding in her pursuit of excellence. Her dominance in tennis, her mental toughness, and her unwavering commitment exemplify how the traits associated with her birth month can manifest into extraordinary success in highly competitive environments. Even in the realm of business and innovation, many leaders share similar traits that align with their birth month's archetypal energies. For example, Jack Ma, born September 10th, the founder of Alibaba, embodies the archetype of the strategist or the visionary, someone who sees opportunities others miss, perseveres through setbacks, and ultimately transforms entire industries. Understanding the traits linked to your birth month isn't just about celebrating your strengths, it also involves recognizing your potential pitfalls and areas for growth. No archetype or personality profile is perfect. Each comes with vulnerabilities that, if left unexamined, can hinder your progress. The key lies in becoming aware of these tendencies and consciously working to transform perceived weaknesses into strengths. Just as a gardener tends to each plant's needs, cultivating self-awareness allows you to nurture your innate traits while mitigating challenges. For instance, many individuals born in July, who tend to embody the archetype of the caregiver, are naturally empathetic and nurturing. While these qualities make them excellent friends, coordinators, or support figures, they also have a tendency to overextend themselves, neglect their own needs for the sake of others. This self-sacrifice can lead to burnout or feelings of resentment. Recognizing this pattern allows them to set healthy boundaries, learning that caring for oneself is essential to effectively caring for others. Developing assertiveness and self-compassion becomes a vital part of their growth, transforming potential martyrdom into compassionate leadership. Similarly, those born in April, often associated with the bold and energetic archetype of the hero or the warrior, might struggle with impatience or a tendency to rush headlong into situations without adequate planning. Their drive and enthusiasm can sometimes push them into conflicts or reckless decisions. The challenge then is to develop patience, strategic thinking, and humility, learning that true strength involves not only action, but also discernment. Mindfulness practices, strategic goal setting, and reflective pauses can help April-born individuals harness their energy more effectively, turning impulsiveness into considered actions that lead to sustainable success. Moving to individuals born in February, who are sometimes characterized by their visionary and unconventional nature, a common challenge is feeling isolated or misunderstood because their ideas and perspectives are ahead of their time. Such individuals may experience frustration or alienation, believing that their innovative visions aren't appreciated or realized. Awareness of this pattern allows them to build resilience, finding communities or mentors who align with their pioneering spirit, or practicing patience in the face of skepticism. Developing emotional resilience and cultivating a sense of purpose grounded in their own values helps transform alienation into a source of strength. For those born in December, under the influence of Sagittarius or Capricorn archetypes, a typical challenge involves balancing optimism with practicality. Sagittarians are known for their adventurous spirit and idealism, but sometimes this can lead to unrealistic expectations or a tendency to overlook important details. Capricorns, on the other hand, are focused, disciplined, and ambitious, but may struggle with rigidity or excessive perfectionism, which can stifle creativity and lead to burnout. Recognizing these patterns encourages adopting a flexible mindset, allowing room for improvisation, embracing failure as part of growth, and balancing lofty goals with pragmatic steps. It also involves learning patience and self-compassion in the face of setbacks. If you were born in April or May, you might find that a tendency towards stubbornness or resistance to change emerges when things don't go according to plan. Recognizing this allows you to develop adaptability, learning to let go of rigid expectations and to embrace uncertainty as a natural part of growth. Practices such as journaling, mindfulness, or the development of a growth mindset can aid in this process, transforming inflexibility into resilience. Individuals born in September or October, linked with Virgo or Libra archetypes, may encounter challenges related to indecisiveness or self-doubt, especially when faced with complex decisions or moral dilemmas. Recognizing this tendency helps in cultivating confidence and clarity, learning to trust your intuition and accept imperfections. Engaging in decision-making exercises, seeking diverse perspectives, and practicing self-compassion can empower you to move forward with conviction, turning hesitation into deliberate action. For those born in December, who often embody the archetype of the optimist or the dreamer, a common challenge is escapism or tendency toward idealism that overlooks practical realities. While hopeful and visionary, this can cause frustration when goals seem impractical or delayed. Building resilience involves grounding your hopes with actionable steps, establishing realistic expectations, and developing patience. Celebrating small wins and learning to accept setbacks as part of the journey helps keep the flame of inspiration alive without falling into despair. Another universal challenge across many birth months involves managing emotional sensitivities. For example, Cancer-born individuals may be deeply intuitive and empathetic, but can also feel overwhelmed by their own and others' emotions. Recognizing this as a potential area of vulnerability, they can cultivate emotional boundaries and resilience through practices like meditation, emotional regulation techniques, or therapy. These tools empower them to remain compassionate and nurturing, yet resilient in the face of emotional turbulence. Leo-borns, often associated with confidence and charisma, may encounter issues such as a craving for constant approval or difficulty handling criticism. Awareness of these tendencies allows for the development of humility and self-acceptance. Harnessing the innate qualities associated with your birth month requires a conscious effort to align your ambitions with your natural strengths. Once you understand your archetypal tendencies, whether you're a visionary Aquarius, a resilient Capricorn, an empathetic Cancer, or a charismatic Leo, you gain a powerful foundation for crafting goals that resonate deeply with your authentic self. This alignment isn't about limiting yourself to predetermined traits, but about intentionally using what's inherently yours to propel your growth and fulfillment. Start by reflecting on your core qualities. For instance, if your birth month emphasizes creativity and innovation, say April or October, you might find that your most fulfilling goals involve creating, inventing, or inspiring others. Knowing this, you can channel your energies into pursuits like starting a new project, leading a community, or exploring artistic endeavors. Recognize that your innate qualities can energize your efforts, making the pursuit of such goals feel more natural and sustainable. If your archetype leans toward leadership and resilience, qualities often found in January or July borns, you might focus on goals related to climbing the ladder in your career, taking on mentorship roles, or even launching your own enterprise. Your natural persistence helps you stay committed through setbacks, so your goal setting should incorporate clear milestones and long-term visions that capitalize on your determination. However, it's equally important to ensure these ambitions are aligned with your personal values. Otherwise, even your resilience can turn into stubbornness or burnout. Those born in months associated with emotional depth and caring, like June or December, may find that their most meaningful goals involve fostering relationships, community service, or personal development. For these individuals, success isn't solely measured in external achievements, but in the quality of connections they forge and nurture. Setting goals that involve emotional growth, nurturing talents, or helping others become central to their journey enhances authentic fulfillment. Their challenge lies in balancing empathy with self-care, so goals should also include boundaries and self-nurturing practices. If you're a month associated with intellectual curiosity and innovation, such as February or September, you might set goals that challenge the status quo, encourage learning, or involve sharing knowledge. For these archetypes, growth might include pursuing advanced education, writing a book, or developing a new platform or product. Their success depends on trust in their ideas and perseverance to see them through, so goals should incorporate accountability measures, community involvement, and continuous learning. The key to aligning your goals with your birth month archetype involves a process of inward reflection and strategic planning. Begin by identifying what genuinely excites you. What activities, projects, or pursuits ignite your passion and utilize your natural talents. Journaling about your strengths, aspirations, and the obstacles you face helps clarify your internal drives. Then, craft smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, goals that respect your inner archetype yet push you beyond your comfort zone. An effective strategy is to envision your ideal future and then backtrack to set incremental steps that reflect your talents. For example, if you are a Leo aiming for a leadership position, break that goal down into developing specific skills, public speaking, strategic thinking, networking, and setting deadlines for acquiring each. You might also seek out roles or projects that naturally showcase your charismatic qualities, ensuring that your efforts are both aligned and purpose-driven. Harnessing your birth month traits also involves cultivating self-efficacy, believing that you can realize your vision. This includes affirming your strengths regularly, celebrating small wins, and reframing failures as learning opportunities. Visualization exercises, where you imagine yourself successfully achieving your goals aligned with your archetype, reinforce positive pathways and boost motivation. Furthermore, seeking mentorship and community support can accelerate your progress. For instance, if you're a month associated with innovative thinking, connecting with fellow pioneers or thought leaders can provide encouragement, feedback, and new opportunities. Remember, your inherent qualities give you a foundation, but collaboration with others enhances your capacity to reach your ambitions. Lastly, remain flexible and adaptable. Life's path isn't always linear, and your goals may evolve as you grow and learn. The fundamental principle is to stay true to your core archetype while embracing growth and change. As you pursue your aspirations, regularly revisit your goals, assess whether they still resonate with your true self, and make adjustments as needed. This ongoing process ensures that your efforts remain authentic, energized, and aligned with your deeper purpose. In summary, your birth month's archetypes and traits serve as powerful tools for goal setting. By consciously aligning your ambitions with your natural tendencies, you create a personalized roadmap that leverages your strengths, addresses your challenges, and fuels your journey towards success. Remember, the most fulfilling achievements arise when you work in harmony with who you truly are, allowing your innate qualities to guide, inspire, and sustain you along the way. The journey of self-discovery is, arguably, one of the most profound and fulfilling pursuits a person can undertake. Recognizing the influence of your birth month and its associated archetypes is not a destination but a stepping stone on this ongoing path. Jungian psychology emphasizes that true self-awareness involves exploring the depths of the unconscious, uncovering hidden patterns, and integrating diverse facets of your personality into a cohesive whole. When you understand the unique energies rooted in your birth month, you gain a valuable tool, an internal compass, that guides your growth toward authenticity, resilience, and fulfillment. To truly benefit from this insight, it's essential to view self-discovery as an active, lifelong process. It begins with honest reflection, asking yourself fundamental questions. Who am I at my core? What are my deepest motivations? Which traits do I nurture, and which ones hinder me? What patterns recur in my behaviors, relationships, and successes? By examining these inquiries through the lens of your birth archetype, you can identify areas ripe for development, healing, or reinforcement. Jung believed that each person carries within them a collection of archetypes, the universal symbols and themes that shape our perceptions and behaviors. These archetypes are not static labels, but dynamic potentials that can be awakened or subdued depending on life experiences and conscious effort. For example, a person born in June with a nurturing archetype might discover that their strength lies in fostering community, but they may also realize that they tend to over-attach emotionally. Recognizing this duality allows them to consciously cultivate emotional resilience and boundaries, transforming sensitivities into sources of compassionate strength. The process of deepening self-awareness involves engaging with various practices that illuminate the unconscious. Dream analysis is one such powerful tool, as dreams often contain rich symbols and messages linked to archetypes and unresolved conflicts. Keeping a dream journal, paying attention to recurring motifs, and reflecting on their personal significance can reveal hidden facets of your psyche rooted in your birth month or archetypal energies. Another essential practice is active imagination, a technique Jung developed where you dialogue with parts of your inner world through visualization, writing, or artistic expression. By consciously engaging with your inner archetypes, you can better understand how they influence your thoughts and behaviors. For instance, an individual who identifies with the archetype of the warrior might visualize standing with their inner strength during moments of doubt, developing a clearer sense of their resilience and boundaries. Self-awareness also involves examining your life stories, your narratives about who you are and what you're capable of. Many of these narratives are shaped by cultural, familial, or societal influences, but are also influenced by your birth month's archetypal themes. Recognizing which stories serve you and which limit you is crucial. For example, someone born in December might have internalized a belief that they have to be perfect or always succeed, stemming from the archetypes of the overachiever or the perfectionist. Consciously rewriting or reframing these stories cultivates a healthier, more empowering self-concept. Responsibility and acceptance are vital components of this journey. Jung emphasized that embracing all aspects of oneself, the shadow, the parts we hide or deny, is essential for authentic growth. Self-discovery means not only celebrating strengths linked to your birth month, but also acknowledging and integrating traits that are uncomfortable or considered weaknesses. A Cancer-born individual may discover tendencies toward emotional vulnerability that they've suppressed. Recognizing these as part of their full self enables them to harness their sensitivity as a source of empathy and connection rather than shame. Growth also requires a commitment to ongoing learning about yourself and the world. Reading books on Jungian psychology, mythology, and archetypes enriches your understanding of universal patterns and helps you recognize their influence in your daily life. Engaging with therapy, coaching, or support groups provides a safe space to explore your inner landscape, challenge limiting beliefs, and develop healthier patterns. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, and other contemplative techniques nurtures self-awareness by helping you stay present and observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Over time, these practices allow you to catch unconscious reactions and understand their roots, often tied to your birth archetype or past conditioning. For example, if a September-born is prone to indecisiveness, mindfulness can help them recognize when hesitation arises and gently guide them toward clarity and confidence. The path of self-discovery is also about embracing change and growth as natural states. Jung believed that life's challenges serve as catalysts for individuation, that process of becoming a more complete, authentic self. By understanding your archetypal predispositions, you can see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for deep reflection and integration. For instance, a person naturally inclined toward perfectionism, often linked with the month of December, can learn to accept imperfections as part of the human condition, fostering resilience and humility. As we arrive at the culmination of this journey into the mysterious ways your birth month shapes your personality and potential, it's essential to recognize that this knowledge is not merely for curiosity or self-reflection. It is a powerful invitation to embrace your unique blueprint. Your birth month, with its embedded archetypes and energies, offers a lens through which you can understand your strengths, confront your challenges, and ultimately unlock the most authentic and fulfilled version of yourself. Every individual is a complex tapestry woven from countless influences, family, culture, experiences, and your birth month adds a distinct thread to this fabric. When you consciously acknowledge and integrate these archetypal energies, you gain access to a wellspring of inner guidance. It's as if you hold a personalized roadmap, a set of keys that unlocks your hidden potential and illuminates the path forward with clarity and purpose. Imagine standing at a crossroads where every decision, every challenge, and every moment of doubt can be met with a deeper understanding of yourself. Recognizing the subtle influence of your birth month's archetype empowers you to act intentionally rather than react impulsively. It encourages you to see setbacks as opportunities for growth, knowing they are part of your unique blueprint for evolution. The beauty of this journey is that it's ongoing. Self-discovery isn't about reaching a fixed point of enlightenment, but about engaging in a continuous dance of learning, evolving, and aligning more closely with your truest self. With each step, you deepen your awareness, demystifying the patterns that have governed you and consciously choosing how you want to show up in the world. You are the author of your story, the architect of your destiny. Your birth month provides crucial chapters, archetypes, and tendencies that you can either let define you or serve as just one aspect of your greater self. The choice is yours. When you embrace this insight and incorporate it into your daily life, you start to live more intentionally, making decisions rooted in self-awareness and authenticity. Now is the moment to take what you have learned, your strengths, your challenges, your stories, and integrate it into purposeful action. Set goals that resonate with your intrinsic qualities, build habits that reinforce your growth, and cultivate relationships that nourish your soul. Recognize that every day is an opportunity to honor your archetype while venturing beyond it into new realms of possibility. Remember, growth is a lifelong journey. Cultivating patience, resilience, and compassion for yourself along the way is essential. Celebrate your victories, learn from your setbacks, and stay committed to discovering more about who you are and who you can become. Your birth month is a guiding star, one that illuminates your path when you choose to follow its light consciously. And if this exploration has sparked your curiosity, ignited a desire to delve even deeper into your psyche, or inspired you to pursue new heights, then I invite you to take the next step with me. This channel is here to support your ongoing journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. By subscribing, you'll gain access to a community dedicated to uncovering the secrets of the mind, unlocking hidden potential, and living with purpose. Together, we can explore the interplay between psychology, spirituality, and personal development, guiding you to harness your inner archetypes, turn your aspirations into realities, and ultimately create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Your journey toward self-mastery starts here, and I am excited to be a part of it. So, don't wait. Hit that subscribe button now and join a community of explorers committed to unlocking the full potential that resides within you. Let us walk this path together, discovering, evolving, and becoming the best version of ourselves, guided by the unique stars that mark our birth. The universe has already set the stage. Now it's your turn to step into your fullest light. Remember, your story isn't finished yet. Every moment is a new opportunity to write the next chapter. Your birth month is a powerful key. The question remains, are you ready to unlock your true potential? Subscribe now and let's embark on this incredible journey together. The best is yet to come.